Again, I'm Leslie Maxwell, and I'm an assistant managing editor for Education Week, and I was the project editor this year on our Leaders to Learn From special report. And I'm really excited to have a chance to have this conversation with Superintendent Mark Benigni from Meriden, Connecticut. Mark leads a district of more than 9,000 students, a very diverse district. He's a committed public servant and resident of Meriden, a native son who was educated in Meriden, who has been an educator, has served as a city councilor and the mayor, and is now the superintendent of schools. So Mark, I just want to start by asking you, given your deep roots in Meriden, what are the advantages of having those deep connections in your community to actually now being the leader of the school system there?
Well, I think you need to have passion. So my passion isn't just for education and kids. I have a passion for the community. Really, this community has given me every opportunity, and I want to make sure that we provide those opportunities for all kids. My own children, Bria's in 3rd grade and Blake's in 2nd grade. Hopefully they're not getting into trouble today at school. They're benefiting from the same school system that really educated me. I felt prepared for every challenge in life. I want to make sure that all students have those opportunities. I think knowing the city side of the operation as well as the board side, I mean, being a superintendent's a political job. There's no other way about it. But I also think I have the benefit of understanding some of the dynamics and challenges the city faces, but also the importance of education to launch city initiatives as well. It's not a separate entity, a Board of Education, the education system. Really, we're in this work together, and the success of the city will be highly dependent on the success of our schools.
Well, your city and your district now has been held up as a model of how to do expanded learning time, and not just time for the sake of time, but time that is enriching for teachers and for students. A lot of districts have tried to do this, and many times it doesn't work out. It breaks down for a variety of reasons. Can you tell us how your district was able to make this work and work so well?
I think it works because it's a true partnership. It's a union management partnership. We work together. We don't launch an initiative in district that the teachers aren't right there with us launching. We went together to a workshop, a conference up in Boston about expanded learning time. We had administrators represented, we had our teachers union president, a couple of educators with us, and that's really where we built a foundation for this. And because we're all invested, because we all care, because it's a joint initiative, we're invested in seeing it be successful. We won't let it fail, and we're not looking to poke holes in it, we're not looking to find fault, we're not looking to find problems, and we recognize that not everything is going to roll out perfectly, but we're going to fix the mistakes we make. So if you're going to launch any initiative, I think it's important that you get everyone on the same page, get everyone on board, and that's what's occurred in Meriden.
Can you talk a little bit more about, though, what some of the challenges were and how you worked with your union partners to address those?
Sure. I mean, teachers typically in an elementary school are working 8:30 to 3:30. So we needed the union to say, it's okay. Some teachers can work 7:20 to 2:20. Others can work 8:40 to 3:40. It's okay that the community partners that worked with our students before and after school can now work with our teachers side by side in this new re-engineered longer school day. The union was very agreeable on those items. The community partners stepped up, whether it would be the YMCA, the Boys and Girls Club, Valentin Karate. So now they're working side by side during our new extended day with our teaching staff. I think those were 2 key variables. I think the other thing we learned a lot is that, boy, when you go to an extra 100 minutes a day for kindergarten students, they present additional challenges. And I'm not sure that any one of us had thought that through enough. But God bless those kindergarten teachers who stuck by us and stuck with us, and we really didn't think about what 100 minutes more meant to a young learner like that. We knew we had already launched full-day kindergarten district-wide, but we learned a lot about rotations when students would get tired. We also knew that if we embraced the passion of our teachers, so students in these expanded learning time schools now, there's a component of healthy living, so they're going to do some fitness activity, they're going to have a healthy breakfast. There's also a technology-based learning, so we're going to bring in some digital content. But there's a third component, and that's really the choice component, and we let teachers teach to their passion, and we let students choose what they want to learn. So we have teachers doing woodworking, scrapbooking, world cultures. So they're teaching to their passion, and students are choosing those options.
Well, I know the expanded learning time you have concentrated in 3 of your elementary schools where achievement levels were lower than what people would have hoped for. Can you just tell us what kind of results you've seen so far as a result of the extra enriched time?
Sure, I can tell you, we did not do this for improved test scores. We're not going to judge our district or our students on one test. Am I thrilled with the academic gains we made? Yes, but those gains are being demonstrated on those standardized tests, but they're also being demonstrated on in-district assessments. But some of the key gains are improved attendance, especially for our free and reduced lunch price students. And they're coming to school because they're enjoying the enrichment activities that are available to them. But also, these are some of the same students that wouldn't have the opportunities to go to the YMCA CrossFit for Kids program or to go to Valentin Karate. Well, now those programs are in our schools. Those students are attending. And I think we just have, generally speaking, we have teachers that are enjoying having that outlet to teach to their interest area. So we've seen improved academics performance. We've seen improved attendance. Students are feeling better about the school climate and culture on our student surveys. And we have parents that are embracing the change and supporting the effort.
Well, I wanted to give you a chance to tell us about Meriden's shift to student-centered learning. We hear that term all the time, and I think people have different ideas of what that means. Can you tell us what it means in Meriden?
Sure, definitely. I think sometimes we confuse student-centered learning with blended learning. Student-centered learning is the larger umbrella. Blended learning is a component of that. Just yesterday in district, we had a blended learning summit, and Tom Vander Ark was our keynote presenter, and we have 35 different districts from across the state visit the Meriden Public Schools. And to me, student-centered learning is about giving students voice and choice. It's about making sure there's personalized learning experiences available for students. In Meriden, we took our internships, our externships, our independent studies, and we put them all under one umbrella, and it's called the Personalized Learning Experience. Students fill out an application, they work with guidance and an advisor, and they create and design their own credit rearing program. So we have students working at the courthouse. We have students working at a hotel in district. We have folks working in local businesses. And those experiences then get captured, they get explained, they get shared, and students earn credit for that. And the students now are so excited about these experiences that we know we need to continue to expand our operation.
I wanted to return to this notion of the union management collaboration that has seemed to work so well in your district, and give you a chance to talk a little bit more about working with your union partners across all these initiatives.
Sure, I think it starts with being honest to one another, to being forthcoming. Like I said, we're not going to agree on every issue, but there'll never be a surprise. But I think it's also how I want the district to feel. I want people as comfortable coming to my office as they would going to a teacher, as they would talking to a student. There are no barriers in our district. It's a very open environment. We have a super supportive Board of Education who embraces these changes. So I think when you come to Meriden, it's that comfortable feel. We truly are creating schools where students and staff want to be, and we're breaking down those barriers. Include the union, let them be players at the table, and don't just assume because the idea emanated from central office or the idea emanated from a student that it's not good for kids. If it's good for kids, then let's wrap our hands and arms around it and let's launch it and not be afraid of failure.
Well, thank you, Mark. We're out of time now. Appreciate you sharing your thoughts with us here. And now we're going to toss it off to my colleague, Allison Klein, who's going to talk with Patricia Spradley. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Thank you for your time.